I want to start with a non-controversial topic, abortion.
Yeah, that's a good way to kick it off.
As you know, there has been a very contentious debate in your side of the legislature and the assembly over the bill which would require ultrasounds for women seeking abortions and change admitting privileges for doctors. My question is, the governor has said that he doesn't have any problem with ultrasounds. He says he'll sign the bill, and he says, quote, "I think most people think ultrasounds are just fine." So what's your view on this issue, and specifically on the governor's contention?
Well, yeah, I think it's easy for the governor to say that ultrasounds, that people don't have problems with them when he's not going to have to submit to one of these forced ultrasounds that the bill, if passed, as it's written, would require. Any woman seeking a lawful abortion would suddenly be required to have an unnecessary ultrasound, whether outside, transvaginal. And I think this is something where it's truly disturbing. We've seen this in other states. It's pretty much putting ideology and encoding it in law. And if you saw anything on the debate yesterday, you saw how impassioned the speeches got. But I think it's unfortunate that we're pursuing this far right, this ideological agenda and putting that in law. Nowhere in the debate last election was that brought up as being a priority. And unfortunately, this week alone, just this week, there are more bills concerning abortion than there are that would create jobs. So while we're pursuing this ideological stuff, this stuff that's very dividing, it's not surprising that the state is sinking in its ranks and continues to be at 44th in the nation in private sector job growth.
In a news release, you characterize it as part of the Republican war on women. Is that how accurate is that? Is this really a war on women? Or?
Well, I think it's definitely a battle. I think the battle yesterday was that they decided that women are not intelligent enough to make the decision on their own, that they would have to have some professional, not even a professional, in the room to not just administer an unnecessary ultrasound, but to describe it through a form of a lecture to them, to say, oh, here's what's going on with your ultrasound. So again, insulting their intelligence that they can't make this decision on their own. And so I think that's frustrating. And it's really showing the tendency by the Republicans to be more pro-birth instead of actually being pro-life or actually caring about women in general. I mean, if they cared, they'd be moving towards expanding Medicaid and accepting the federal money that's available. Instead, they're turning that down. The same bill that requires forced ultrasounds also shuts down another healthcare clinic in Appleton, where women, it's not just for abortions, women also receive life-saving exams and care there. So it shuts that down. So yes, I think it's a concerted effort to downplay the importance of women in our society.
So, I'm sorry, James calls it columnist. So you don't buy that argument of giving women all the information that they need and providing what an ultrasound ultimately provides so they can see for themselves?
Well, I think given the comments by the bill's author, Senator Mary Lazick, yesterday, in saying that the reason we needed to do this was because she had a few people contact her who said that they regretted abortions, but then went on to say that abortions were the thing to do in the 60s, and that you had to have one to be a woman, I think mischaracterizes the hard decision that women face when they're deciding what to do about an unwanted pregnancy. And I think that by end up questioning their judgment and encoding that in law and forcing them to sit through a unnecessary and forced ultrasound. And in some cases, to be frank, if it's the first 12 weeks, it has to be transvaginal because otherwise you can't get the imaging of what's going on in the uterus. So to force them to have that, I think it's not just insulting to women, I think it's demeaning to women.